PlayStation 5 hardware sales plummet. They're down so bad. This is such a horrible situation. They're probably going out of business. It's all over. PlayStation is done. Final, like nail in the coffin. There's no chance for success. Am I being a little facetious? Yes, because it's just funny that not too long ago, there was word out on the street that Xbox hardware sales were down 30%. And everybody said that, man, Xbox is dying. This is why they're dying. They don't know what they're doing. They're the worst. They're going out of business. What is going to happen? Blah, 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 blah. Well, fun fact. Derek Strickland comes out here, puts out a little tweet. It's not just Xbox sales that are down in the United States. All of the big three have seen hardware sales drop throughout Q1 2024. Let's dive a little deeper, shall we? If we go down here in the article, where is it? Okay. March video game hardware spending fell 32% when compared to a year ago to 391 million. PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and Switch spending each declined a minimum of 30% year on year. Hardware spending finished the first quarter down 24% versus the first quarter of 2023. They each did a minimum of 30%. Now, we know Xbox was down 31%.
I was gonna say, if Xbox had been the highest drop, they would have been like an Xbox in third place. That would have been known, but each one a minimum of 30%. Understood. But like, come on, isn't this like a normal thing? Yes, a year later, here we go. The sales are dropping. These are now older boxes, and we're waiting for the new gen or a PlayStation 5 Pro, which is the next big deal, the next big thing. And so I feel like this is a normal situation for these sales to be declining right now.
Well, I mean, I don't know many times that fucking video game consoles that are old get random
Exactly.
humongous
Oh,
spikes
we've reached new levels. Like we didn't sell
unless
now, but 3 years from now, that's when this is really gonna
that's when we're gonna
pop.
reach our peak. No, you typically get your first big bang, and then throughout that first year, and then things kind of go down. But what could trigger spikes are
Sales,
amazing games that come
holidays,
out.
games.
Now, remember, yes, Power World came out first quarter, right? But that's not an Xbox game, even though we got it in Game Pass, right? And we got a lot of people playing it in Game Pass. We are just getting in to Microsoft's and Xbox's avalanche of games that are going to be coming from now going into next year and beyond. This is where we'll start to see what game does what, right? So Hellblade 2, that's the first game that's coming out. It's going to be a huge game, but it's still a niche type of game, right? So I don't think that this game is going to particularly become a, oh my God, let's go buy Xboxes to play this game. But as a cumulative number, when all of them are put together come the holiday, when Xbox rolls into the holiday for Black Friday and all that other shit, and you go ahead and see all the games that have released up into that point, plus knowing Call of Duty will be going in either right before they announce it or right by Black Friday, that's where I think we'll see the spike. But you need games to create spikes, and PlayStation doesn't have shit for a year and a half. And every game that they released this year that was supposed to be exclusive, that's supposed to be,
A big
a
deal. It's
big
been
deal,
messy to say the least.
has flopped
Yep.
like ridiculous. Listen, at the end of the day, it's I wanted to point it out just because of how bullshit it is that they spent all that time talking shit about Xbox, and then now they're going ahead and silence. There's no doom and gloom for Sony now,
No.
right? Now it
Yeah,
makes sense. Now it's
everything's so
okay
good, bro.
because
It's so good. It's so good,
yeah,
man.
yeah, PlayStation's doing better than ever now. No, this is money. Oh my god. Um, hold on. Before I demo, I want you to get your bars off. But No Digging Cheeks has a new profile picture.
Ah,
Oh my gosh. Let's
holy shit.
go. Let's
Oh
go.
Oh
shit.
my god, it's funny as fuck.
That's hilarious.
That's awesome.
But yeah, man, what do you think about this, man? That they're all down. But is somehow them being down a benefit for PlayStation and it's a bad thing for Xbox? I don't know. Let me know what you think, bro.
Oh man, you already know this is what happened every time, man. And it's like, and like I was saying it earlier, the media, man, like they're the first culprits. They're the first people trying to cover for Sony PlayStation. That's the one thing that Xbox doesn't have: the media's protection. But Sony PlayStation, bro, this is the beginning of the end for them, bro. Like, hardware sales are going down, and that's every platform. You know what I'm saying? So come on, we see the pattern, and Xbox already saw that consoles. You know what I mean? They're not what they used to. They're not as hot. They're not as hot a hot product like they used to before. So they able to see that the market is changing and they able to adjust, right on time. But Sony PlayStation, they waiting for people to make the first move. And then, you know what I'm saying? They go ahead and make the move because they lack the balls. They lack the money. They lack the money to do what Xbox is doing, to put games on the actual service. No wonder that they freaking dying, man. Like, who wants to make a Sony PlayStation account? No one. You get your information stolen. There's really no
Facts.
benefits. No benefits aside from being able to play the game that everybody already soured. A lot of people are not gonna like this. A lot of these games, the Helldivers number are gonna continue to go down. Sony PlayStation fanboys are gonna continue to hate on everything that Xbox releases because that's just what all they have. That's all they have this year. Okay, this year, all we're gonna do instead of playing video games, we're gonna be on Twitter and YouTube and TikTok and every single platform hating on Xbox, hating on Xbox games because we're jealous. You know what I'm saying? Sony PlayStation fanboys right now, like I was telling people in my show today, that if you own an Xbox, this is the best time to own an
100%.
Xbox, bro.
100%.
The best time we got. Look, check it out. We got Hellblade 2 coming this month. A couple of weeks later, we have the Xbox June show. That's
Yes.
punch after punch, spit in the face after spit in the face from Xbox to Sony. Not only that, they got games releasing every month, in the summer, all the way down to the holidays. That's
Facts.
just coming. They got Call of Duty. People, when you have a loss in the family, has anybody here ever lost somebody in their family and it's so soon that you don't believe it? And you like, damn, nah, man. I ain't even crying because this shit ain't happening. I mean, this ain't it. And then a couple of days later, when you check your messages, when you check your calendar, when you check on your people, and then you realize that person is completely gone, is when you break down. You know what I mean? And you're like, God damn, reality hits you and it actually hurts. You know what I'm saying? This is the process that Sony PlayStation fanboys are going
Yo,
through.
what,
Oh my god, I was getting
going
emotional and
here?
shit. Like,
I was
damn.
like, wait, hold up.
Yo.
Hold up. Where we going?
Yeah, that's grief. That's grief. And that's what they're
Yo,
going
that's
into
wild.
every Xbox show, every platform, everywhere, just hating on Xbox. Xbox is dog shit. You ain't got no games. I see somebody today post on Twitter that Xbox 206 days without a game. Xbox. What are you gonna do about that? Bro, you got so much time in your hands that you counting the hours in the clock, like to see if
there's
Xbox,
some lost
you-
ponies out
you
there.
Sony PlayStation fanboys are weird. You guys
They
are bizarre.
They are.
Why? Like,
They are.
check with Sony PlayStation, because they honestly got nothing. They don't even have rumors. All they have is bad news, games that they killing their own games. You know, they got no first party releases. They fucking up their partnerships. You know what I mean? They asking for somebody else credit to be able to buy Paramount. Like, Microsoft didn't have to do any of that. They just went ahead and did it. You know what? Activision's in trouble. Say no more. We're gonna save Activision. We're just gonna buy him. That's it. That's it. And what they getting, Sony PlayStation, by getting Paramount, that ain't shit. Paramount ain't shit. The only reason I haven't got Paramount is to watch Halo. And what exactly? What does it have to do with games? You know what I mean?
This is like a Bungie buy, right? They're like, listen, we're gonna get Bungie because they make Halo, and now our genius plan is to find an investor, Apollo, who's gonna get his pickle stuffed somewhere where he's not gonna like it when he figures out what Sony's gonna do to them. But now we're gonna get Apollo to buy Paramount because that's where Halo is. The obsession is ridiculous.
It's like,
I mean, it's true.
They wildin'.
It's like, you know what I mean? In like the rappers, like they'll go out with the Kardashians. Like, everybody bang the Kardashians. Like, that's what Sony PlayStation is. They trying to get with everybody, bro, right now. Pobrecito, Bobby. Hello. Están mareado.
Let me get the homie Dalazar here, man. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you for being here. Thank you for that $5 we just says. So Xbox is near the minimum. Who is around the max loss? Nintendo? Doubt it. Let's see those PlayStation numbers.
Dan.
Bro, you are spitting fire.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
100% what's happening. They keep shielding. Even when they have to talk shit about PlayStation, they keep shielding PlayStation.
You already know that if Xbox was there, they would have brought those numbers out.
We know it right now. They said it.
They would have made a big deal. And Xbox, oh my gosh, how are they going to pay the rent now? What are they going to do?
Hold on. They knew. They knew when they got Xbox numbers. They also knew that PlayStation, Nintendo, they were all in the same place, right? But they reported Xbox separately so that they could go ahead and single them out and be like, "Oh my God, look at that loss!" But when they do the other ones, there's no report saying PlayStation is down or Nintendo is down. It's everybody's down now.
Everybody's getting
it. So there's Xbox is down and everybody's down, but not PlayStation's down. No, we don't want to say that in isolation. So we don't single them out. So they use puzzles. Everybody declined a minimum of 30%. Well, this is letting you know right now, somebody was 31%, which was Xbox. Somebody's 30 and somebody's more. I would probably go and venture that it's Nintendo who's at 30 and PlayStation who's at more of a decline. The fact that they don't want to say it shows me
number,
because they would show 30 if it was 30, right? Because they'd be like, yeah, look, they're 30, but it's still less than Xbox, right? That would have been the story.
Absolutely.
But now it's a minimum of 30. Come on, man. Come on.
We're looking at like a 45, 50%.
Like, don't be a dumb bitch.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Did we fucking?
I'm clicking it now.
God damn it! Victor motherfucking click. I didn't even see you slide through, player.
What's up, baby?
Says que la que hay, manito.
Es la que hay. Come on, you're Puerto Rican.
La que hay, manito. I don't fucking say that in my life. Que la que hay.
Que la que hay, manito.
No, I heard que lo que.
Que lo que hay?
Tampoco.
No. It's just que lo que.
Baby, it's got to roll right out.
Listen, I already know from old school. I don't keep up with this shit.
Bro, the way he says the most Puerto Rican way to greet anybody.
What?
Dime la que hay, papi.
Que la que hay.
No, que la que hay, never in my life.
Oh,
que lo que.
Que lo que. That's Dominican right there. Que lo que.
That's Dominican, but I mean,
I'm
Dominican, not you.
Nah, no, I'm Puerto Rican. Shit, Dominican. I don't know how.
Bro,
that's all I used to hear
now.
That's what I see here. Mustard King. What's up, man?
Try again, baby.
¿Qué lo que hay?
Que la
No,
que
but why
hay.
que la? I'd say que la sounds like a bitch. I don't know. I feel like I don't say. Why would I say que la?
Go ahead. Try again. Que la que
Que
hay.
la que hay.
No, not que la que hay. Que la que hay.
Que la que hay.
There you go.
Que la que hay.
Manito.
I don't even know what I'm fucking saying. All right. What is it?
What's up? You say what's up?
Come on, bro. Dude,
Okay.
hit him with the belt. Hit him with, grab the belt.
Tú verás, chancleta, correa,
God
de
damn
todo.
it.
Coño, suénalo.
Oh, Victor will fucking click back. Thank you, brother. Man. Super chat says, "Damn, bro, that could have been too close. I'm okay." Oh shit. Yeah, yo, it did. That was you were leading us down a dark path, Demo.
Yeah. I was like, this is taking
You
a
turned
turn.
it
Where
at
we going
the
with
end.
this?
But I was like, man, I was getting my feelings. It was crazy. Sir X-Man, brother, thank you
What's
for being
up,
here,
bro?
man. Appreciate you.
What are you singing today?
Says, thank you for the $2 super chat. Says, I have Paramount for Star Trek. I'm a Trekkie. Well, you're about to be a Sony pony. You know what I'm saying? Because they're about to do the nasty with Paramount. Unless
Sony about
Phil comes and drops his meat on the table. Like, he
watch
did
out.
last
You don't
Phil's
want
meat.
Sony to have you link your Paramount account with a PSN.
Can you imagine?
Oh my
That
God.
would be
Yeah,
crazy,
sign up for
bro.
Paramount and link your PlayStation Network to access the actual shows. It's a problem. But yes, okay. Ray, I'm not crying. You are. Oh my god.
What out, Ray?
So yes, Hargeet.
All right. So
Tell
first,
us.
this person is saying that it's been 206 days since an Xbox game release. They're full of crap. The last game release was Call of Duty,
Yeah.
which came out in November
Oh,
10th. There's now
shit.
169 days, and there will be 193 days between Call of Duty and Hellblade 2. So no, but you know what did have a long gap would be MLB The Show to Spider-Man 2. That was over 200 days, so you can now screw you moron. Now, and since Spider-Man
That's what I
2,
like.
it'll be
Dark
MLB
Hargeet.
The Show this year.
Yes.
And then what's the next game? When's the next game coming out? Next
don't know,
year?
Bobby. It's a mystery.
Next year, MLB The
It's a
Show. So it'll be
mystery.
365 days.
Another 365 days.
Learn how to do math. Go away.
Oh,
Yeah.
Bars.
you know they can't
Bars.
come with the moves
I
on.
have no. How can you blame him? 1,
3.
2, 3. Like they.
All right.
God damn it!
So yeah, stop with
I
those
lost
like
count.
Sony pony freaking glasses and go get a math class and figure out how to do math. Anyway, now as far as the
Damn.
hardware, look, it says 24% down for all of it. This is US. We don't know what the rest of the world is. Probably worse, right? The entire
Sure.
world is kind of going through a little bit of a inflationary headache. That's just the way it is. It's on average costing the average American family an extra $1,000 a month to live. It's just the way it is. So that money goes away from spending on things like this. That's just what happens. So you have to deal with that fact, right? And if it's bad here, it's worse everywhere else. Okay, so those numbers are probably way worse in Europe and Asia, right? So it is what it is, right? And if spending is down, it's down. You know, normally you don't see these kind of things. Even at this level at mid-gen, usually you would now have some games that come out that are pushing the hardware. Well,
Which is what we have for Xbox starting.
correct, but we don't have that for PlayStation.
We have nothing for PlayStation.
We're at
Web
the
date,
end
let's
of
go,
the
fam.
Nintendo.
What's up, baby?
So Nintendo's now ending its cycle, right? It was supposed to be this fall. We were going to get the new Nintendo. That's been pushed out to next year. So whatever Nintendo sells here is kind of just gravy at this point. They've already sold 140 plus million consoles.
Yep.
So if they sell another 10, 15, like kudos to them. That's, you know, unbelievably awesome. But really, they don't need to sell more. They have a massive install base. So any game they put out, and we see the numbers, they sell 10, 15, 20, 30 million copies. They're good. They don't need
On their
anything.
whack
They're
games.
good.
Like on their trash games, they're selling that much.
So they're fine. They make their billions in profit every year. They just take that money to the bank and laugh at everybody else. So I don't, you know, if Nintendo's going down, they're expecting that because they're like, well, we're kind of hinting that we have a new console and people might not want to buy our old console, but they still do anyway, and they keep selling consoles, still selling millions of them. So good for them.
Yes.
You know, Xbox went from like 1.3 to 1 million. Okay, that's down 30%. Okay, but it's 300,000 consoles. right? So what they're hoping to do is like accelerate their growth, right? And what does that when you have compelling games? You have the most compelling game in all of gaming, and it's called Call of Duty.
Yes, sir.
And that game is going to be yours. They're making their freaking Nintendo, the direct right at the end of their showcase for Call of Duty. They're doing it right. That's exactly what they need to do. I've also been saying I hope they take advantage of this and say we're bringing back the 360 era Call of Duty games a month at a time or a couple of weeks at a time. We're going to drop in mid-June, we're going to drop Call of Duty 2 into Game Pass. The servers will be live. Come back, play Call of Duty 2. Then in July and July 4th weekend, we're bringing Call of Duty 3, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, which is the Call of Duty 4,
they'll be
right?
upgraded. And they'll be upgraded.
And all res, right? Yeah, because we can do that backwards compatibility, right? We can up
120 frames, 4K, fucking
all
HDR,
stuff, right?
Take that.
Right? And
Diddy style.
PlayStation, they can't do that on PlayStation because PS3 doesn't have backwards compatibility on PS5. So 360, you can do that. This is the time to take advantage. Bring all that there and say only available here. We'd love to put it over there, but sorry, they don't have the ability. So we're just going to have it here.
Oopsies.
Come on back to the glory days of Call of Duty. Everybody fondly remembers the glory days of 360 gen era, like of Call of Duty. That was when people loved Call of Duty.
Yep.
Since Sony took over, it's been going downhill, right? We'll hope the new game does well, but that's where it is, right? And that 360 era, they could just do that for the rest of the year. And then end of the year, we have November. Here comes the new Gulf War. We're dropping it in Game Pass. You've got it. It's an Xbox game, right? Yes, it might be elsewhere. That's fine. But it's going to have Xbox all over it, right? It's going to be coming out to Xbox, all the marketing Xbox. That's what they need to do. They need to bring back that casual gamer to say, this is the house of Xbox, of Call of Duty. Xbox is the house of Call of Duty. But oh, by the way, it's also the house of Gears of War. It's also the house of Halo. It's also the house of whatever it's coming up with, whether it's Doom or Quake, right? Oh, we happen to have this other game called Indiana Jones. Come on over. You want some RPGs? We got Fable. We got Avowed. We got others in the works. Elder Scrolls 6. Come on over, right? That's what they need to do. They need to paint that picture, right? If they can take the on-ramp of Call of Duty for the rest of the year and bring that enthusiasm back, that mind share back, because people will just want to play it. They'll want to come back to the old games. Bring it back. Remember when they turned the servers on the 360? They turned the servers on? How many people flocked to the games?
Yep.
Imagine you stage that and you just do that. You say, hey, we're doing 2, 3, 4, Black Ops, on and on. We're bringing them all back, right? And you got like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks between each game. Man, what they could pull off. And then you say, on top of that, we got the Call of Duty Series S, $200. Come on over, right? You want the new console? $200.
With Call of Duty.
With Call of Duty, it's an impulse buy at that point. $200. We're not asking for $550, but you had to pay over on the other side. $200. $200. You get to play Call of Duty. The new one that comes out, let's say it is next gen only. Now you can play that one too. $200. You're in. You get to play them all 120 frames. Enjoy. Right? How is this a bad deal? Right? Oh, by the way, we also have all those other shooters. If you happen to like other types of games, we have RTSs for you. We have Starfield with its expansion coming. We have all these RPGs from the Western world. If the rumor is true and they're fighting hard to get Persona 6 as an exclusive, oh my God.
Well, Harky, hold on.
Hard, fam.
I thought the exclusives were done. The Xbox wouldn't have any more exclusives, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
If they get that, oh my God. Imagine the announcement of Persona 6 exclusive to Xbox in Game Pass. Now you're capturing everybody.
So this is the thing. I feel like I would love that to happen. I feel like the only way Phil comes out and says, hey, we have Persona 6.
Oh my God, don't even say it. See, don't even say
exclusive to Xbox and exclusive on Game Pass. If he also came out and said,
Sega,
own Sega.
Sega.
Oh my god.
Look
Dude.
at, and we want to show. No, this is,
Oh my
this is the way I
gosh.
no. Check it out. Check it out. This is the way I see it. He's gonna come on stage, talk whatever, and he's gonna say, "Now, we're excited for you to take a look at an exclusive new game from one of our latest
Oh my god.
brand new studios." And then it cuts, and then Persona
That was-
6 comes out, and then it's Sega, and then at the
And
end,
at the bottom,
it's Xbox
because
plus
they treat us
Sega.
better.
Because Xbox ain't broke hoes. You know what I'm saying? That's
Man,
fine.
how crazy would that be? Along with
That
there's
would be
likely to be
juicy.
a new offshoot Yakuza game, probably in like the was
Dude,
the
Kingdom
detective
Hearts
one.
4?
That
Yo,
would be Square.
die.
That would be Square, right? But but
That's
yeah,
why I
so
That's the snooze, remember?
and then remember they have all these like
They could get Square too, though.
that would be awesome too. But they also have like all these remakes that they're like reboots, right? Of like Altered Beast and Crazy Taxi and all those
Golden
games. Right?
Axe.
So, Golden Axe, right? So that, plenty of potential there, right? So they could bring all that. And Sega would be the one company I would say they don't have to actually share the games. You know why? There's no world in which you could tell me that Nintendo cannot survive without their rival Sega, and that PlayStation cannot survive without their rival that they destroyed, Sega.
Casualty, yeah.
Right? And the only partnership they had was with who? It was with Microsoft, right? So they were the natural successor of the platform. So gee, that would actually be a way to say, well, why do I have to give any of these games? They can all be exclusive. There is no world where you can make it any excuse to say Nintendo would fail without a Sega game or Sony would fail without a Sega game. Right? Square, there's a lot of association with the other two. That's fine. So fine, you say, well, leave those multi-plat. But this one, you could 100% say there's no reason we can't take them exclusive. So I would love them to pick up Sega and say, oh, it's exclusive. That's
fucking
all
go.
Microsoft.
Let's
right? That would be fantastic. But anyways, putting that aside, they have Overwatch as well. They have updates to ESO and Fallout, right? Fallout 76 is going to have content, I'm sure. And what's a big thing going on right now? Fallout, the show. Gee, there's just so much here, right? But as far as hardware sales, I think it's Call of Duty that's going to bring the casual over. You market the hell out of it. You make that on-ramp. Bring Call of Duty 2, 3, 4, etc. Bring them back. And you can't put it on your rivals because they just don't have the facility. So you've got it. You've got an open lane to go do this. You're not doing anything untowards as far as your agreement with all the regulators. You're just bringing back backwards compatibility games that the other side just can't do. So not our fault, right? Whatever. So
not our fault.
So you just bring it in, right? And you bring that enthusiasm and the mind share that comes with it, because it's the casual market that drives the majority of the console sales. And the biggest casual game is Call of Duty. You have it.
And remember, the biggest casual base has not crossed over to next gen yet.
They haven't.
They have not. So this is not over. They can absolutely do this. The question is, how are they going to do it now? And I think if they bring enough of Call of Duty content over, for sure, I think it's something that they'll entice them. But real quick, let me get the homie Ryard Gaming.
Yo, what's up, baby?
I missed this. I'm sorry, brother. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for that $2 super chat. Says, CMoney, are you Puerto Rican or Puerto Ricant? Hashtag no PS6. I sure as well know that they can't have no PS6 without no games. And that don't look like that's happening anytime soon.
All right.
No.
Wow. Okay.
And last one. The homie Creed 20 Blaster, man. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Thank you for that €6 super chat, man. It says, let me think now. PlayStation is in chaos. But yesterday, I saw ponies still hoping Starfield comes on PlayStation. God damn ponies. It's hilarious.
Yeah, I know who it was. I know who that was. I actually put it on my video. That's crazy.
Can't make it up.
Somebody with a
so look,
obsession. Go.
AMD, by the way, has put out that they expect the sales to go even further back, right? So it's going to go further down for the second half of the year. So this is bad. It's going to get worse. And they control both consoles, right? They make the hardware for both consoles, and they're saying the gaming part is going to be bad. And it's not specific to either platform. It's just all of it's going to be bad. And since Sony tends to sell more, it's actually worse for them, right? Because their unit sales will go down that much more dramatically. But okay, so if that's the case, console either is kind of peaked or it's the economy. And it's probably combinations of both, but I still think Microsoft has the opportunity, if they want to take it, to say, well, let's bring those casual Call of Duty players over. Because the thing he said about digital libraries, well, digital libraries only matter if you have like hundreds of games. Casual gamers only have a handful of games. Those games are Apex, Call of Duty, like Madden, right?
Stuff with crossplay anyway, and cross save and stuff like that.
It's like, so they don't need to worry about that. The handful of games they buy, they're going to be the latest version of Call of Duty, and the other ones are free. Like Apex is free and Fortnite is free, right? And then you got like your Maddens, which they're probably just going to get the latest version, or just wait for the Game Pass version if they want to get Game Pass. But I think they won't even bother with Game Pass. I think they're going to buy the handful of games they buy, because that's what they do. They buy like 2-3 games a year, and they have fun with them. So it's totally fine. That is where it changes. When you say that Call of Duty is here, that's when it changes, because Sony kind of took off, not when PlayStation 4 was more powerful or anything like that. No, it was when they took the Call of Duty marketing. That's when it took off. And so now that that's switched back, we'll see what that does, right? Sony is terrified of this. So we know that from all the court leaks, right? They're terrified of this. And then the Insomniac leak said it was $1.5 billion loss per year for them just because of Call of Duty moving over. It's like, okay, how much profit do they make right now? I don't know. It's not going to be looking good for them, right? So this is a big deal. And if Microsoft plays it right, and it looks like they're finally getting their freaking spine, and they're trying to push Call of Duty, thank freaking God, right? So if they do that right, this could be the opportunity to shift that, and the console sales could start teetering the other way, and we could start seeing some more parity, right? I don't expect them to beat PlayStation because of their reputation out in Europe and Asia. It's just not that high, but I can see them getting closer, right? Right now it's like 2-1. I think they can bring that, like the PS3 and 360 where they were like neck and neck. I think they can get closer, right? So if you can see that kind of happen, it's going to be Call of Duty that does it, and they're so close. And CMoney, the other thing you've been mentioning is where things are going. Take-Two and Epic, they're not really off the table if you change your market position, right? If they go 2026 and say, what we're doing is we're just going to open platform ourselves, there will be a bespoke Xbox piece of hardware, but we're going to allow Xbox to exist on a Lenovo, a Dell, HP, an Asus, right? We don't care. We'll work with them to make Xbox hardware. We're an open platform. Then PlayStation's the limiter, not Xbox. Xbox will say, well, we can buy Take-Two because we're not limiting where they go. We don't care. We'll put it everywhere, right? But it'll be marketed by Xbox, just like Call of Duty will be on that stage. So will GTA. So will NBA, right? They'll have that. Same with Fortnite. Every Fortnite update would be an Xbox showcase update, right? So just imagine that, right? And that's where they would win the market, right? They don't care that it's everywhere. They care that they make the money, right?
Well, that's what they would definitely be doing with anything else they buy, right? Like I don't look at, like, going forward. I mean, let's be clear. Going forward, I don't believe in a world where Xbox buys something to make it exclusive, unless it's a smaller scenario that doesn't behoove them to put it everywhere because it's not going to do anywhere. Like anyway,
Sega could work. Crystal Dynamics, that could work. Tomb Raider, it's a small IP. You could do that. Deus Ex, nobody's dying because of that, right? So fair enough, you can make that exclusive.
Exactly,
right?
Especially if you have the balance of big. If you have big IP that you're putting everywhere, and then you just keep the more relatively smaller stuff to yourself, then there's no harm, no foul, right? So, but this is the biggest thing. Like you were talking about why these people haven't switched over, right? Or like what's slowing them down. I'm honestly, I would say the biggest thing is the games, right?
Yeah,
like
there just haven't been that many next gen games.
Exactly. So let's separate. There's been great games, right? Like we've been eating really well this generation with games.
Yeah.
But understand, not next gen games, right? There has been nothing that a person who has an Xbox One or a PlayStation 4 that is not diehard that makes them say, yo, I need this. Everything that's popping, everything that's huge is on everything from Fortnite to Apex to Halo, right? Halo's on Xbox One. Let's not forget that they're getting all those updates on Infinite. When you're online playing, you're playing against Xbox people as well. Okay. This is not
Xbox One
just
people,
next gen. So all the big shit that's going on is still there. So they don't have anything big to push them. But Call of Duty being next gen only this year, which is what the rumor is, right? The rumor is next gen only. That's where you have the people say, fuck, I need my
and there'll
Call
be
of
one other
Duty
big injunction point or inflection point, and that will be GTA. When GTA comes out,
that's exactly where I was going to lead to. Right. So what I was going to lead to is them getting Call of Duty this year and getting at the very least, if they're not buying them, which I feel like they're buying them, but if at the very least they get the marketing for Grand Theft Auto. If they get the marketing for Grand Theft Auto and they got the marketing obviously for Call of Duty back to back,
that'll be a game changer, Joe. But bro, Call of Duty, I think is gonna be enough. There's a lot of people who play Call of Duty and they don't play Grand Theft Auto. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's a lot of people who play both. You know,
I think they'll want the money.
But
they want the money.
But who's the game that's coming out first? First of all,
it's Call of Duty. Obviously, Call of Duty.
That's what I'm saying. So you're gonna get all those people to come, right? They're gonna come over. Both literally and figuratively, right? You're gonna get the ponies that are coming over. They're gonna come when they see the new Call of Duty over in Game Pass. And then when you have those people come in, then Grand Theft, right? You start marketing Grand Theft when that comes, and you get the rest of the people who are on the fence waiting, who've been still to this day playing Grand Theft Auto on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Hell, they might be still some of those people playing it on their PlayStation 3s and 360s. Like there is enough there. Maybe remember, like Grand Theft Auto is an open ass world. Even if you don't have online, right? You could just play that game forever as a single player game.
Massive money maker. There's just no way around it. It's a massive money maker.
Crazy. So for Xbox to position themselves in a way where they have it in the marketing. And you know they're stepping up marketing. Let's be clear, like they are aware that next gen is starting now, right? They're pretty much putting the plant, like the flag in the ground, and with the next month they're going to be doing it. We're going to transition to that. Do you have anything else to say about the PlayStation hardware sales plummeting? Or
I mean, look, I hope people keep the same energy when they find out the hardware sales are down on PlayStation as well, right? Because everybody said it was doom and gloom, it's the end of the world, Xbox needs to just stop making hardware and all that bullshit. And I'm like, no, it's really not. Like, I wasn't expecting Xbox to like sell 100 million consoles. They were going to sell 50-60 million anyway, and like they're still on target to do that if they want to continue going to 2028, but it looks like they want to pull it into 2026. So they might sell like 40 million, 45 million, right? And that could really change depending on Call of Duty. If Call of Duty takes off, you could see them having like a 8-10 million console sales over like the holiday period going into the next quarter as people start, wanting to play Call of Duty, right? That could easily accelerate their console sales. We'll see. Maybe it doesn't happen. Maybe it does, right? But that is one of the things to think about. And so we'll see how that patterns out, but I wasn't expecting Xbox to suddenly go crazy and sell 120 million consoles, right? Because they're actively telling you don't need our console. You can play on PC, you can play on cloud, you can play on a console if you want it, you can play on mobile if you want it, you can play on your TV if you want it. They're actively telling you, engage wherever you like. We don't care. We're giving you the option if you want the console, right? So, PlayStation, by the way, is now talking about streaming to TVs. Right, that just came out as well. So anyway, whatever.
What?
Yeah. There's a Bravia app, and then there's a dongle you can buy for other TVs, and you can log into your PlayStation network.
You can buy for other TVs.
Yeah, just like Microsoft has been working a couple years ago, right? That you can go to the Samsung, you can go to your LG and just log in and play your games. They're doing the same bloody thing now with PlayStation. Because they're always a few years behind.
You put it to the TV and it sticks out.
So what if it's a Bravia? It's a Sony TV. If
Yeah,
it's a
the dongle.
Sony, it's built in. So you just
Well,
build. you
Sony
just
for
connect
that one is built in, but they can afford Sony TVs, right? So they go by the other place. They gotta get the dongle, right? The dongle
yeah, there's like
sticks out.
Google
That's
Chromecast
why
or
you
something like that.
always
You have
see.
to have a
That's why you
yeah.
always see ponies coming from behind their TV after a while. You know what I'm saying? Like
Oh my god.
things decide, and then they're like, all right, I'll come around the other way. I get it.
But I
just
mean,
wanna
so in
make
other
sure I
words, they're doing
understand.
the same thing that Xbox is doing, right? They're making all that stuff happen. You know, this is just the world that they're in as well. You know, I think the big announcement of whenever it happens, I hope it does happen. Epic Games comes over to Xbox. Oh my goodness! Because then at that point, the whole PlayStation pony narrative of your exclusives are coming to PlayStation, dude, all your games are coming to Xbox, all of them. So good luck with that narrative, because that'll end your stupidity, because it'll be over. We will literally have Helldivers 2 native.
Their stupidity has no
It'll be
limits.
over, right? You just have to deal with it. It'll be over. You play your Spider-Mans, your Helldivers, your God of Wars, whatever, all of it native on your freaking Xbox. Good luck. Like, and that could very well happen. It could very well happen. Right. So, and that, by the way, was part of what, Jez was talking about, is the future. There is a potential for them to switch. And at this point, just like you're saying, CMoney, if you want to buy Take-Two, your answer is going to be, I don't care what games are anywhere. I still think they'll lock down some games, but I don't care what games are anywhere.
It won't be the core
I'm
games.
just gonna,
it won't be their Xbox's core
you'll be able to play
right?
whatever you want. Every game from everybody will be playable on your Xbox. But if you want to choose the other console that's limited, have fun with that. But if you want to get something that's portable, or you're under your TV, it all has the same interface, same backend, same cloud saves, everything. They're going to give you that option and have a expansive ecosystem that has every freaking game. I think people are going to love that. So it is what it is. We'll see how that goes. But if that's their future, that is way better. Yes, I still think they'll have a few exclusives, but the majority of games, if they come to everywhere else, it doesn't matter, because your convenience will be the fact that I can take the same interface, same login, same saves, same everything, take it with me, have it under my TV, have it under my kid's TV, and it'll always be the same thing. I log in, I get everything, right? It's all my games, all my saves, everything, it all there, right? That's going to be the convenience that they're going to look for. You could go to the other platform if you like. It'll just be less convenient for you. So enjoy that. Plus, oh yeah, there's this thing called Game Pass. Just saying.
I mean, in my opinion, that should be the first thing they would look at, bro. Come on. And we talked about it the other day in the show. We were saying how dumb were they with these ponies, because they wouldn't want to take the deal. I mean, come on. The deal is right there. You'll be saving a lot of money. Don't be silly. Don't care too much about your bride, about the controller and all of that. Like, you know what I mean? There's a lot of other things that we have here on Xbox that, you Sony ponies can enjoy. So come on, don't be so silly. Bend your knee. I mean, we know you like that. So there you are.
I'm looking forward to the hardware bundles, because those things sell. I'm looking forward to the controllers, and they have so many games coming. They're gonna have custom controllers, right? It's just a normal thing for Xbox. That's gonna bump their hardware sales up, right? I'm just looking forward to all that. Like, you have about Indiana Jones is coming. Indiana Jones, it's gonna be so much fun, right? And Hellblade's coming. Some people really like the graphics in that thing, right? It looks pretty cool, right? So
some people
having custom stuff with that. The marketing's supposed to start now, right?